Welcome in, golfers and gamers, to the Lazy Links Golf Club podcast. We are the members of the Lazy Links Golf Club, including you if you hit the subscribe button. It's a little early for a plug, but why not? My name is Sam Jagoda. I'm here with the co-hosts of the evening and the co-hosts of Eternity, which is Isa Prado and Nicholas Delfico.
Yo. Nicolaus.
We are currently in various states of sunburn. Nick has the Oreo sunburn.
We're gonna zoom in on my forehead here. I wore a backwards hat.
Did you notice that?
And it's just white right in the middle.
Oh my god, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's the price you gotta pay when you want to look good. So we're just gonna roll with that.
Yeah, he looks really good right now.
Well, yep. There's a price to pay.
Yeah, we're coming to you live from our little beach house here. We're in Carlsbad. And we've been playing some golf. We've been eating a ton of good food.
Great food, yep.
And it's been beautiful. It's honestly been a little bit colder than we expected, but we've been having a great time.
Yeah, I forgot to bring a sweatshirt. I usually am pretty up to date with where I'm going, what the weather's going to be. Whenever I go to Vegas, or even when I go to Laguna, see my family out there, I always what's the weather going to be like? I know it's going to be a little bit cooler, or maybe in Vegas it might be a little bit hotter or whatever. So I didn't bring a lick of a long sleeve shirt or whatever. I brought pants, sweatpants, everything. And
you had to go to the local shop to go get
Yeah, I went to the local shop. I got a long sleeve shirt that's pretty thick, and then I got a thick sweater, a thick boy, and then I forgot to bring the thick boy yesterday to golf.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is hilarious because I went out and went to go buy it for that reason.
That was a very pleasant shopping experience. However, it has not all been that way. I'll let Nick and Isa. They were the majority of.
Wait, I'm confused with what?
No.
So we went grocery shopping.
Crazy.
Oh.
We should name him. What do we name him? Honestly, he came off as a square dude, nothing wrong with him, and then crazy.
Tweaker.
What
do you think, Isa? What's his name?
Tweaks.
I don't know. Isn't there a movie with that guy with multiple split?
Oh, split personality.
Mr. Split.
That's kind of the vibe he came.
Let's call him Mr. Split.
Mr. Split. So Mr. Split gave off a very similar vibe to the actual movie Split guy. But we were shopping.
Yeah.
And Smart and Final.
Smart and Final. I've never actually been to a grocery store called Smart and Final before, but we're shopping, and we kind of separate for a little bit when we first got there, but then we all came together. We're just getting kind of lunch food for the few days we're going to be here, and I meet up with them because I think I got eggs or something, and then I see this LaCroix tower, and it was kind of color sorted or whatever, but it was like a 15-foot. Yeah, as you can see, we got some LaCroix here.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a 15-foot tower of LaCroix boxes, all different colors because of the different flavors. And I was just looking at it, I was like, if I worked here, that'd be my job. Give me 2 hours, set that shit up. That would be the best kind of, best way to spend my time if I had to work at a grocery store.
Very OCD of Nick, just organizing. He loves to organize.
I do agree it would be pretty fun. It'd be like adult Legos. You are given the paint canvas and they say, here's all the LaCroix boxes, make art.
But whenever I had a job, I like to work and take my time versus, be the cashier and just wait for somebody to kind of show up. It's if you give me a little bit of a task for an hour, I could take my time, I could do it right. There's no pressure with that. Yeah. So that's the shit I like to do. So I was like, I could do this LaCroix tower. I don't know why that came into my mind, but I was just talking to them about it. They were kind of walking in front of me. So I was so aloof in this grocery store. It was kind of just there. And then all of a sudden, we kind of walk, another 10, 20 feet from where I said that, and then this guy, he kind of taps me on the shoulder. I think he tapped me on the shoulder or something, and he looks at me, and he kind of just backs up for a second. He's like, "Yeah, hey, were you talking about me? I could have swore you were talking about me."
And he's not exaggerating the
dialogue. Like that.
Exactly like that.
But he took a couple steps back, so now he took a couple steps back. Wasn't sure how I would react, and then all of a sudden, I don't even know what my face looked like, but I could tell it was the dumbest freaking face.
Yeah,
you were confused and angry.
Yeah,
I was confused and so dumbfounded that this guy is gonna talk to me like that. I don't really know because I knew he was coming from a place of pure hate, and I literally say it exactly like this too. I was like, "Are you serious?" I couldn't even believe he was asking me that. I couldn't even try to play it off like I didn't know what was kind of going on.
Yeah, no.
I couldn't really let that go. And then he's like, "Yeah, I could have swore you were talking about me." And they kind of started getting closer to me now. Now he's trying to size me up a little bit.
He was pressing Nick. He started, he was back here, and then all of a sudden he started, the little peacock chest thing that guys do.
Yeah, and this is where I stepped in a little because I honestly genuinely thought maybe you guys had said something about him when I wasn't there. No. So I was trying to diffuse. So I go like, no, man, no, we weren't like he was talking about the LaCroix Tower. It was like had nothing to do with you. And then he goes,
and then did he look at you and say, "Oh, I think it was actually her"? And then as soon as he said that, I didn't know he was talking about you at first. But then I was like, "All right, guys, we're going. We're leaving now." And then we walked away.
He stared at me, and I was like,
and then I looked back as I was trying to walk away, and he's staring at you, but like wanting to kill you, kind of.
Yeah, literally, the eyes were like bulging out of his head. Like
on 3, everyone do your best impersonation of him to the camera. Ready?
Oh, just the stare?
Yeah. How he looked. 3, 2, 1.
We got
stone cold.
Literally.
Serious,
but
no
like
joking
head
at all.
down, but like
eyebrows over the eyes.
I'm gonna kill you right now, kind of. Yeah. And then so now we're going to the cashier.
Yeah.
But I'm like worried this guy's gonna jump us from behind. So I look back. I didn't bat an eye. I was looking straight at the guy, looking at me with that death stare. We get to the cashier. I just kind of stop before we get to the cashier because all of a sudden we go right, he goes left, but then he goes right, and then we go left to the cashier. So now we're gonna cross paths again. We just were talking 10 seconds ago, and I just kind of stopped and just waited for him to like, keep walking. And then we go to the cashier, and you said something like, "I think he's kind of gone" or whatever.
Yeah.
He made a comment, and then the cashier said it kind of loud. It's like, "Hey, someone gave you guys a problem."
Yeah.
And then we were both like didn't want the guy that we were just talking to hear us. So we were like, "Oh no, like we're all good," because we thought he was gonna get mad, like legitimately tried to kill us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Oh, if he's giving you a problem, like we kind of have a list of people that kind of do that thing." Like he knew right away. Yeah, he knew. So he must be on that list, whatever you call that list.
The special list
of people that are giving people problems. But it was so weird because he didn't give off homeless vibes or anything.
No.
He came off completely normal until he said, "Are you talking about me?" Like, I didn't even know the guy was even in the store.
He had his own little basket with food. Like, it was so normal.
Did anyone make eye contact with him at all?
I literally didn't see him until I started talking to you.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't see him.
It's like he spawned out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He died in a video game and then respawned in front of us as this, like,
it's the final boss.
The final boss.
It was so weird. And then I couldn't stop talking about it in the car. Because I was just
we were all in
uncomfortable.
Shock. I was like, what the fuck?
It was like this guy wanted to fight somebody. He really wanted it.
Yeah, he really did.
Some people are just like that.
Yeah.
He wanted you to beat his ass. He's like,
hit me. He wanted me to give him the opportunity to try to kill me for whatever reason.
It's like the Joker when like Batman in that scene with Heath Ledger where he's like hitting him inside that interrogation room, you know? And he's just like laughing, like eating that shit up. Like that's what that guy was.
Like, I want you to do it. I want you to do it.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, it was a really weird situation. It was weird how we got targeted, but sometimes that's just kind of wrong place, wrong time kind of deal.
Yeah, literally.
Well, there is some weird shit that goes down in Carlsbad. For the most part, it's old people, like residential town. Like it's a big retirement community. There's a lot of military stuff going on, and then there's like tourists, and that's about it. But every so often, just like these strangest things occur, and this genuinely might be like the craziest thing that's ever happened.
Yeah. So is this the
this is
the story?
My hero story. I was kind of lit in this story. Not gonna lie. Not even.
Okay.
Not even like feeling myself.
Okay. Ready for this?
I just handled business.
The floor is yours.
Okay. So there's the condo is set up so we have a downstairs level that is basically no more than 6 to 8 feet off the beach. There's a guardrail and a deck outside. Then you come upstairs and you're in this room that we're in, which is like our kitchen area, and there's the front door right behind us. We were here, this must have been, I think I was in high school, or yeah.
Oh, it was that long ago?
So it's probably 10 years ago or something like that. Well, come on. let's not say it like that.
Yeah.
But anyways, so my sister and I think one of her friends, or maybe my cousin, were asleep on the couch up here. Me and my brothers and one of my friends were asleep on the like futons downstairs. And my parents were sleeping in the master bedroom up here super early in the morning, probably like 6 a.m., maybe like 5:30. All of a sudden the sliding door to the beach opens up, and I kind of like woke up a little bit in my sleep. I was kind of like half awake, half asleep, and I see this like blonde guy like kind of coming through the door, and I go like, hey, what's going on, man? He's like, hey man, like what's up, bro? Like trying to like play super casually, and in my like sleepy mind I was like, oh, they must be like fixing something in the condo. So I was like, hey man, just let me know like if you need anything. And he's like, I'm good, bro, I'm good. And then he starts to go back into the thing, and I'm kind of like, that doesn't seem right. So like my brain kind of wakes up, and he comes back, he's like, hey bro, could I borrow some shorts? And I was like,
what?
I was like, no, bro, you got to get out of here. And he's like, okay, yeah, no worries, man, I'm just gonna get some shorts. And he comes up the stairs to where like my sister,
What?
I'm not kidding, He's got like a blonde long hair, big blonde beard, and I'm like, I gotta get this guy some shorts or something. I gotta get him out of here. So I give him, I grab my bathing suit and I run upstairs, and my buddy wakes up hearing that, so he comes running up the stairs with me. He's like, bro, we're gonna have to like fight this guy or something, and. So he's in this bathroom and he's grabbing my dad's swim trunks that were hanging up there, and he's like trying to put them on. I was like, hey, like fuck, take those off. Like here's some shorts, bro. Put these on, whatever. He's like, hey, thanks, man, thank you. So he like puts the shorts on, and I'm like, you gotta go. Like right now, you gotta go. And me and my buddy start blocking this where my sister is, and we're like, you need to go out the front door. And he's like, yeah, no worries, man, I'll go out. So he like starts to go out the door. And he's like, hey, like, let me just get some more. Like he like kind of pushes back in, and we're like, no. And I like shove him with one hand and slam the door. And then as that happens, my sister and her friend wake up and they're like, what is going on? And then there's like 6 cops running down the beach. Oh. And so my sister and her friend go out on the balcony and they start waving them down. And this is kind of crazy. So then the cops come up the gate and they're like freaking out looking for this guy. They bust open the bottom door and they're like, is anyone in the back room? And we're like, yeah, my brother Josiah is sleeping in the back room. They're like, you need to go clear it. So this guy gets his freaking gun out with a flashlight on it and he starts going back into the thing. And Josiah, my little brother, opens the door all groggy and he's got a flashlight and a gun pointed at his face. And like he's like, dude, I like shit myself. Like I had no idea what was going on. So the cop goes back there, clears the back room, makes sure that guy isn't there, goes up. And then they head out, they run out the front door and they go looking for him. And then the police, one guy stays here to get a statement from us. And so we tell him all that stuff. And we're like, oh, he explains the story. And in Encinitas, which is like maybe 10 to 15 minutes down the road, there was a guy, an old man, who parked his car, got out of his car, and this dude carjacked him, ran him over, and then took off down the highway, and the police started chasing him in the car, and he hit the beach over here, got like low on gas or something, and decided he was like, I'm not gonna outrun the cops any farther, I'm gonna get out and run. So he breaks it for the beach. These cops get out of their car and break down the beach. So this guy's like a fugitive running away. He like hit and ran an old man after carjacking him and busts out the door. And then we heard nothing of it until like 2 days later, the cop sends my dad like an email and says, hey, we apprehended him, here's his photo. The guy is handcuffed to the hood of the cop car in my swim trunks, bro. And I was like, bro, he can keep those. I do not want those things back. But that was like, in the moment, I was so like not aware of what was going on. I was so casual.
How early in the morning was this?
It's probably like 5:30 a.m. So like my brain was not working.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, yeah, here, man, you can have some shorts, but you got to go. Like, I thought he was just a crazy man, right? Like I thought he had just like stumbled in by accident. And
he had to be on drugs. Maybe he didn't even know what he did.
What he was trying to do was basically like hit somebody's open house before the cops running down the beach could see him, so he could lose them, and then he wanted to change an outfit or something, but he was kind of an idiot, so yeah, he probably was on some drugs.
I think he had to be on drugs. I mean, you don't just who just steals a car and runs the guy over of the car you just stole? Like
he thought it was real life GTA, bro.
Yeah,
wow. That's a crazy story.
Yeah, and I almost kind of forgot about that until we had that encounter with that guy, and I was like, dude, that was kind of like that, where I was just like, this is not real. Like I totally just.
I think we were all, in that story, we were all like, we couldn't believe what was happening because it was so out of this world weird.
I want to go back and find a picture of that guy wearing your shorts, in the police report.
I wonder if my dad has it. Probably not.
Dude, you should dig for that email. I'll throw it in.
Dude, I bet there's like a story about it. I should just
there
Google
should
it.
be.
Do you remember, I'll Google the case.
Remember the year?
I don't. I could probably figure it out though.
Like 20 years ago?
If I ask my parents. Well, Nick just turned 16, so everything seems old to him.
Yes. That wasn't too bad right there. That was pretty good.
That's a good story. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was really scary actually when he like tried to push back in, because then I was like, oh, he's gonna like go in the kitchen and get a knife or something, and I was like,
that's
nuts. That's why I just like pushed him out the fucking door, and I was like, bro, no, you're not coming.
Just
back
need a pair of shorts, dude. It's okay.
Everything's fine. and I totally just let him in too. Like, I mean, the door was open. He came in, and I was like, hey, let me know if you need anything, bro. And he's like, all right, how about some shorts? I was like, yeah, let's get some shorts. Sure.
Hey, matter of fact,
That was crazy.
Oh my god.
That's crazy, dude.
Wow.
And the gun to your brother's head is
the
unreal.
cop going back.
Why didn't you just say like, oh, he left out the front door?
We did, but the cop, it's just they had to clear the whole building to make sure that like, I don't know.
You weren't
That's
lying.
their procedure. Yeah.
Okay.
That like there wasn't a hostage or something, and I was lying for the guy, right, or whatever. I don't know. So.
Damn, bro.
But we've got lots of leftovers from the trip, saved in various small snack forms and wrapped in paper towels and distributed in various pockets.
Okay, so explain to me this. I don't know who's exactly going to be listening as far as demographic goes, but this is definitely a girl thing.
Yes.
When you go to a restaurant or even make food at home, like it could be both. Honestly, you have 2 bites left, but you wrap it up and you either put it in the fridge or you put it in your purse, or maybe it's in the fridge in a container that's meant for an entire meal. It's taking up all the room in the fridge.
Let me speak for the women, okay? So here's the thing.
My sister's the same way.
We're eating.
So annoying.
We're eating, and you guys, for some reason, men can like expand their stomach and all of a sudden continue to eat, eat to you.
The problem is when we see food in front of us, we have to finish it. That's how we live.
That's biology. That we're hunter-gatherers.
Evolution.
Wait, no, shit. We're not hunter-gatherers.
Yeah.
We're hunter.
Anyways, so
you don't even know, do you?
So. Yeah, I mean, I think it's common for girls to do that, yes. But yeah, the other day we went to go have pizza, and I had like a slice left over, not a full slice.
No.
A slice? Dude, you had 2 bites max.
And it was a square.
Like honestly, I could have shoved the whole thing in my mouth at once. It wasn't even that much food.
Well, you can shove a lot in your mouth at once.
Yeah, I kind of baited you. I was waiting for that. I thought you were going to take it.
No. But yeah, so I had a little piece left, okay?
Thank you for being honest.
And I put it in my purse because I didn't need a box for that, clearly. And because my metabolism's really fast, so by the time I get home, I'm hungry again, like 20 minutes after I eat usually. Yeah. But in the moment, I cannot down that. So then we get home, like maybe an hour or so later. I eat the leftover pizza, and I feel good. And that's it. But these guys were fucking going nuts over it. And then the other day, I had leftover taco. And I had leftover pasta, but I ate it all today. It got eaten.
That is fine.
Yes.
We're not talking about that. Like leftovers are okay if you're full and you have like a whole taco or literally half or a quarter even of a full dish. That's fine. We're talking about literally. I have one more bite left. I need to save this for later.
It's a bite you could do this to. You could go and it's gone.
But like not even a big bite. Just a regular, maybe even a small bite.
And chipmunking it in the purse is just crazy.
Oh my God! It was. I
wanted it for later.
I've only seen that with girls. My sister is the biggest culprit of that. I don't get it. Just don't get it.
It's okay. Maybe you'll get it when you have a daughter someday.
No, you won't, but you'll have to pretend like you do. You'll just have to accept it.
Yeah, I'll have to just accept that that's just the way.
Be like, hey, you're weird,
but
the women kind are. Yeah. I'll never fully understand you guys.
I mean,
it's fine. You'll never fully understand.
I eat everything I pack.
What do you think the weirdest thing that dudes do is, like off the top of your head? Obviously, there's probably a lot of right answers, but like
probably fart because women don't fart.
That's true. That's true. Care to comment on that?
I was gonna say the other day it was fucking.
The other day I farted and I trapped Trixie under the blanket, yo.
That
do you
too,
do
yeah.
that? Do you do that? I do that shit all the time.
No, I always do that. I do the old scoop and throw. What did you say?
I said, he said I do that all the time, and I said, yeah, him and his college roommate. When he comes over, Nick's got a college roommate.
That's good, man.
Whenever they
shout out to you, drinks, George.
They must share the drink. They can't order their own drink.
Okay, time out.
Lies. He said no. The other day he said, this only happened. Whatever. We used to do this, and I'm like, you did that in front of me like 2 months ago or something.
So 2 of my college buddies came to visit me right when I moved to Scottsdale. It was like we just got into our house and we went out with you
and Trixie.
Did we go? It was just us 4, right?
It was 5 of us. Yeah.
It was 5 of us, right? Oh yeah, it was my 2 friends.
It was a double date.
My 2 friends, her and Trixie. So we're at this piano bar. I forgot George and I shared this like big ass drink that they gave us 2 straws and we were just kind of sharing it. But the backstory is in college we'd go to this like burger joint that had these like monster margaritas is what they called it.
Oh yeah,
and they always get 2 straws and we shared a monster margarita probably like 3 times. Oh, 3 little dates.
My thing is you can, if you're a college kid, you want to save some money, you've got a monster margarita on your hands, split it with the homie. But then when you're still doing that shit, like
turns
as a full-grown adult,
gay margarita.
Oh yeah, because we did do it recently, right?
Now it's just like you guys wanted to do it. It's not a necessity thing anymore, right? You just enjoyed sharing the marg with each other, and that's fine. But you just gotta own up to it.
Yeah, own it.
Me and him are boys. You know, we're tight.
Yes, you are.
Tight like that, huh?
We're tight.
Sorry, I cut you off.
What was
There's a girl thing. Girls.
Oh, what guys do? That's
yeah,
gross?
what's
Some
weird
weird
to
shit
you
that
that
guys
guys do?
Unexplainable even.
Something that you'll just never understand about.
You're kind of one of the guys in a lot of ways, but like there's probably still a third party perspective as a female where you could go, yeah, that's weird, and I don't get it.
Just something you'll never understand, really. Because I'll never understand the fact that you can take 2 bites home and just be like, yeah, that's just normal. It's not.
Hold on, give me a second. I'm trying to think.
Let her think.
I mean, like, yeah, because there's some stuff like that I'm like, I can understand why you do it, so I can't really say that. Like,
I've heard a big one is fantasy football.
oh no,
like,
I'm
bro,
a fucking.
Are you into fantasy football?
I'm a gamble fiend,
She
so.
sports bets all the time.
Well, sure, but fantasy football is like.
I don't even.
If you
I don't do
if
fantasy.
you play for money, then I guess that's gambling. But if you like you and the boys just making your magical team of dudes that you want to watch them play football every Sunday. Right, fair enough. If that one's cool, we're cool with it.
I think I'm okay with that. I don't question that. I think it's like when guys probably like be like.
When they cheat on their wives.
No, I think it's when guys are like, oh, that girl's got such a fat ass.
Oh,
like,
come on now. You
no,
are lying
bro.
about that
Like,
one.
I would never say like, oh, that girl's got such a fat ass. Like, I've heard a lot of guys like do that shit. Like all the bro talk, like the
locker room
yeah, the hard
Like,
locker. Yeah,
how do you,
manly
like,
man talk. I don't
That's
understand
not.
that.
You really just can't understand that.
Like I'm just like,
but
why? Like
Is
why?
it the thought of she has a fat ass, or is it the vocalization of yeah, bro?
It's the vocalization, the broing
It's
out
sharing
with
in
that.
the-
I'm like, what? Like, what is
Yeah.
that gonna do for you?
I think
like,
it's mostly when men get together, a little bit of testosterone in the air. It's like good fit ass.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what does that do? Like, what
When
is
Nick
that?
and George get together,
Oh my
Hey,
God, let's
there's
go.
a lot of
Bring it back.
there's a lot of that going around, but about
Jesus
each other.
Christ.
You know what I'm saying? He be telling Nick he got a fat ass.
true.
Hey,
Dap me up, bro. Your ass is so good.
Yo, I'm just saying. Sam's been commenting on my ass the last
All
couple
right.
days.
Maybe I have, but that's a joke.
Hey, I got
guys.
2 clips on my phone of being like, I just can't stop starting that bubble butt.
Actually, yeah, Sam
He
did say
said that, and then we're playing golf today. Go park, more like yeah park.
Ponder this: is it wrong to gas up the homies?
No, see that's what George and I do. Except we share a drink while we do it.
And you look into each other's eyes while you're sipping on it.
We
Yeah.
share a drink while we do it, bro.
yeah. You know me.
Jesus.
All right, that's fair. I can't really explain that either. I feel like I don't want to like high horse it here, but I feel like I don't do a whole lot of like dapping up the
doesn't.
bros when I see a fat ass type of thing. Like
Sam doesn't. Not so
Dapping
much.
up the bros when you see if I wouldn't.
where you
dap
guys
up
are
a
like
bro.
at dinner, you get hyped up. Well, not like physically dapping them up. Yeah,
But you know, just having that talk like that.
I would more so say, if let's say I was at dinner and like some hot chick walks by, I'd be like, guys, 6 o'clock.
Is that weird to like call that out?
Like if she's really hot, yeah, I might. But honestly, what usually happens for me is like my buddy will say something and be like, "Damn, yeah, I kind of noticed her too."
I
So it'll
mean,
be kind of
it-
like whoever I'm next to.
It's like chill if you're like, oh wow, like she's really pretty, like really attractive or whatever. But it's like weird when you're like, oh yeah, she's got such a fat. Oh my god, look at this girl's like, wow, like she got a dump trunk in the back, like whatever, like
it's
shit.
the group sexualization.
Yeah, it's
of
just like
one
that
individual.
that shit that I'm like, what? Like you just think she's pretty or what? What do you?
It's kind of that's probably a men thing.
That's fair.
Because
That's
like
fair.
yeah. I mean,
I get
don't know. Another thing though, but this is something I understand, but this is something before that I'd be like, why do y'all always do this? But it's just when you're readjusting. But some guys, when they readjust, and I'm going to get in front of the camera here. Some guys, when they readjust, they're just like, you know, real quick with it, right? And that's chilling. But some guys be like, grabbing their junk and pulling that shit down, like all nasty. Like, just be quick with it.
Kind of
That's fair, but women, that's something you'll never
Yeah,
understand.
that's what I'm saying. So I had somebody explain to me one time because I was like, explain what you're doing there. Like, what's happening? They're
Would you
like,
like
oh.
us to explain?
No, they told me like, you know, your junk gets stuck or your balls or some shit, and you have to
It's
rearrange
like your
and
balls
move
kind of get
your
wedged,
dicks on one
wedged in
side.
between your legs, and you got to kind of grab the sack, and you got to stretch it out so it's not wedged in between your legs.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on down there. You got to make sure it's out of the way.
No, I understand it, but I'm saying like it's people that be fucking grabbing like.
That's fair.
Like, they
Honestly,
ain't got-
if you really need to fix that shit, and it, might take more than a second or two, you got to do it out of public. You don't want
Here's
to
the
make it
thing.
obvious, at least.
You know when you're a kid and out of the gumball machine looking things, you'd get a rubber hand on a string and you'd throw the hand and it would go and it'd stick onto the... So it's like that. It's like you stick one of them shits on the side of your leg. How are you going to peel it off?
That's
You're
right.
going to get in there and you're going to peel it off.
Okay.
Oh, dude, 100%.
No, I understand it, but I think that's one thing that I was.
you gotta be more subtle
I used
with
to
it.
be like, ugh, like
There's a-
grossed out with.
There's a lot in the hips that can take care of what the hands need to do. You know what I'm saying? You can do a lot of shimmy and shake.
Yeah, like moving
Keep
and
it
like
subtle.
pulling.
Sometimes you can, and sometimes you can't. Sometimes you need it.
That's true. Sometimes you need manual labor. That's for sure.
Yeah. It's
And George is glad to oblige.
that one's never gonna get let go, huh?
Nope, not
Tough.
anymore.
Yes. How
I was gonna say this: the group sexualization, objectification of a person. I have now, I feel like, seen women get into that online. I don't know if they'll do it together in person. They might like not stoop to that. But if there is like a hot actor or and let's say they do a swimsuit shoot or some shit like that, right? Girls go hog wild in the comment section talking about like just like going crazy over that person.
I will say I have seen comments on like TikToks and
Yes.
maybe like when those guys wear the gray sweatpants and those girls be like, oh, that dick print though.
And they're OD about it, right? Because they go, oh, I'm behind a keyboard. Like, I can have fun. I can make the other girls laugh, whatever it is, right? Yeah. So, like, I think guys maybe have just, like, it's been a social norm for so long that guys do that shit that they, in the same way that girls don't feel like the shame behind the keyboard to say that, the stuff that everyone's thinking but no one's willing to say, like, guys will just do that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's my
Yeah.
theory, maybe.
I agree with that.
And maybe women will transition to being able to do that with their friends in real life, but I think there's definitely a level of like that you don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know that just brought something up for me. Like, you know how certain guys will like catcall.
If you don't
women?
mind me pausing you really quick, is this going to be misogynistic?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Does it have anything to do with driving?
No.
Okay. Then I will let you go ahead.
So you know how when guys will
Sorry.
You're good.
like, you know, like perverts will like catcall women as they walk by,
Yeah.
like, oh, like you know, they'll whistle or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like the guys that women will call pervs are just the guys that will speak up about it. I feel like a lot of those thoughts will run through every guy's brain. It's just those guys won't say it. You know,
That's fair, but like, doesn't that then make you not a perv for like respecting social norms and keeping that shit to yourself? Like, you might think a bad thought. Everyone might.
Well,
think a bad thought.
that's what I'm saying is like, it's not just that. I feel like people think that certain people just think that way. I think we all think that way, but some people are just are vocal about it and others are not. That's kind of what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Don't act on your intrusive thoughts.
Yeah, I think that sums that one up.
Yep. But going back to the last episode in the car, we are at, I think, 19 states.
Something like that,
Can you pull it up? So I told Isabel to make a list as I was driving because obviously I did not want to text and drive. I definitely don't do that ever. That's never happened in my life. Don't do it.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Never
5,
happened to me.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
2 hands on the wheel.
18.
Just kidding. 18?
And
Did you write down Wisconsin though?
Yeah.
And those, for the record, were
No.
all
No,
done.
you didn't. So she was asleep and I saw
Oh,
Wisconsin.
wait, yes, I did.
Never mind. We had 18.
18.
And the bet, you said it was going to be around 5.
Yeah.
You fucking loser.
Yeah, I miscalculated a little bit.
18. I said 10. I said, honestly, it's probably going to be more. I'll clip it. And I was right.
Yeah,
Bang,
we
bang.
did get
Skirt,
18.
skirt. It's
did
always
get a lot.
It's easiest in the beginning. Like, just, however many hour longer drive. Like,
And it was all done during the span of our road trip. We've not been doing it since we've arrived
Yeah.
here, because that's kind of the rules. You're not allowed
yeah, we
to
did see a couple
cheat
of
on
other states. Wyoming was a big one, but we weren't
We weren't
driving here as the road trip. We
Yeah.
were just driving around town, going to wherever.
Did you? So we drove by SeaWorld yesterday on our way to downtown San Diego.
Yeah.
And
San Diego.
everyone's got mixed feelings about SeaWorld, I think, because it's like it was really cool when you were a kid, and now you're like, damn, I feel pretty bad for these. but you had an aquarium story.
Oh
I don't remember if you told us this. or
Yeah,
not, but I
so
would love to hear.
this is a really funny one. This actually involves my other roommate, Remick. So funny. So we played this early round of golf, like, break of dawn, right? So we're done at 11. I'm like, hey, man.
Talking stick or what?
Talking stick, yeah. So I wanted to go get a coffee. So I order Starbucks. I have the app. I order it ahead. That way when I get there, it's ready. I like to be efficient and quick.
Nice.
And this story was not. It was the exact opposite of efficient and quick. So I ordered this Starbucks, and there was two kind of near each other. And I was like, oh, I've been to this one before. And it was near the aquarium. So I ended up picking the one in the aquarium. Right? So
isn't Starbucks in the aquarium?
Dude, so there's an aquarium, but there's also like a hub, like a plaza. So I thought it was in the plaza right next to the entrance to the aquarium. Turns out there's one in the aquarium, like all the way in. And there's only like a one way. You go in one way, you come out another.
Did you have to buy a ticket to get in?
Let me explain.
Oh my God,
This is the
no.
Odyssey Aquarium in Scottsdale?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So I drive by this aquarium every day, basically. It's just like right off the highway. And so I am walking around. You have to enter the aquarium on the second level. So I am talking to these people on the bottom. I'm like, hey, where's Starbucks here? And that's after like 3 or 4 minutes of like trying to find a Starbucks. Hey, where's the Starbucks? Like, oh, it's actually in the aquarium. So then I'm actually at the top. I go down thinking the entrance was below. Like there was another entrance, like maybe the Starbucks was right in the front. Not the case. I go right back up and I was like, hey, I need to get my coffee. Like, can I just go in and get it? I just want to go in. And then they said to talk to someone else. And then I talked to the person kind of like letting people in. I was like, hey man, this is what happened. I don't even know why they let me order the Starbucks in there. Because why would they even let you do that if you're not in the aquarium? It was just really weird. So he's like, weird. He kind of like looked at me. He's like, fuck it. He let me in. So I'm walking in the aquarium, and Remek, by the way, has been waiting in the car. At this point, I just got in the aquarium for at least 10 minutes, maybe longer. It's already been 10 minutes. And he was just waiting in the car. I didn't even text him. Actually, no. I got into the aquarium, and I'm walking for, not even kidding you, 5 minutes, and there's no sight of a Starbucks. And I get kind of lost.
The aquarium's kind of big.
I get put into a corner, and I'm like, what the where am I? So then I texted Remek. I was like, I just said, dude, I fucked up.
You're not going to believe this. I'm in between some penguins and some manta rays.
So bad. So I'm walking through this huge ass aquarium, apparently. I didn't even think it was that big.
Some penguin just holding his coffee.
Dude, imagine you just have a penguin have a Starbucks. But so I'm walking, and I get my coffee, and I like just obviously I pretended like I didn't just walk in there just to get the coffee, and then all of a sudden I have this coffee. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm in the aquarium. Like I have to keep going. You know what I mean? So like, why did I just enjoy myself? I took like 40 photos of different fish.
Oh my
I was enjoying
God.
myself. I was just like walking around. I wasn't like super slow about it, but I definitely wasn't super quick about it either. I'll just say that. So then, yeah, I was just kind of walking around the aquarium. Guys, if you need to go to that aquarium, just buy a Starbucks coffee and say, hey, I bought my coffee. I messed up. Please let me in. I bet you can get in there for free.
I'm turning you in.
Welcome.
you
Everyone's
in.
welcome. And honestly, it's words of the wise from Nick Delfico. You just heard it here first.
Yeah, only from Nick Delfico.
Oh,
not
yeah,
from
I'm in
us.
the aquarium.
And then the best thing ever is I'm walking out of that fucking aquarium just staring at Remek. It's been almost 30 minutes.
What'd he say?
He's
probably hopping mad, bro.
He was actually all right. We're both so dumbfounded at the fact that it took me that long. Like it was actually, you know how something is so ridiculous and so stupid it becomes hilarious?
Yeah.
So we couldn't stop laughing. We had like laugh attacks in the car.
Dude,
so I'm walking up to him, he's videotaping me. He's like, this dumbass spent 30 minutes getting a fucking
I
coffee.
bet you Nick didn't tell him he took his time in the aquarium, though. I bet you're like, bro, I was running around that thing.
No.
I was trying to get my side.
No, I'll be honest. I was like, dude, I got in there, but once I got the coffee, took my time a little bit. Took an extra few minutes to myself. I think I deserved it.
That would be like if you ever been to IKEA?
Yeah.
So
no, actually.
So IKEA is kind of it's similar in that you get in there and there's an escalator to the top floor right when you start. You go up the escalator, you're in hallways, endless hallways of room decoration, outside, whatever decorations you can think of. You got to walk all the way down to the end, go down the stairs, all the way down to the other end. That's where you check out. And and you can't. There's no other escape. Once you're up the escalator, there's no down escalator. So you're going all the way through the whole ass thing. So that's like, bro, if they said, hey, we're going to put our meatballs on DoorDash and you can go buy some. You literally, every single time, you'd have to take the entire route of IKEA to get to the food court.
My God.
That's ridiculous. Like, I can't believe they let you pick up from a Starbucks inside of the aquarium.
I'm surprised there's an order ahead there.
I was one of many. The fact that, because if you go online on the Starbucks app, you can't order ahead at a bunch of locations. But that one would be like, great idea. We should let people order because by the time they get their aquarium tickets, they're going to get their coffee. But what what if you just want to go through a drive-through? Want to just stop by, get a quick coffee?
That's
No.
pretty crazy.
So it was really funny.
What was the best animal you saw when you were in the aquarium?
I mean, if
your favorite?
I dig through my photos from few
Nothing
months
stands
ago,
out?
No, not really.
Probably one random fish you take a picture
Honestly, like even though I was taking my time, I was like, there's my roommate waiting in the car, so I didn't really like go overboard.
You should have had him run the same exact like gambit.
Yeah.
Like have him walk in and be like, "Hey man, I ordered a coffee."
He's like, I should be like, dude, park, because we weren't really parked. We were just kind of on the side. I was like, dude, park my car. Just say you got a coffee. Get in here. It's kind of lit.
Bring the gummies, bro. We're just gonna sit
my
and
God.
chill, baby.
Dude,
Look at some fucking
if I could find these
sharks swimming around.
photos, I probably took like 30 plus photos of different fish. There were some pretty cool crabs, if I remember correctly.
Oh my god.
I went to Japan I went to an aquarium in Japan.
Oh, I was like, really?
Yeah, it was sick.
What kind of
It
fish?
was so sick.
Okay, what stood out to you there?
One thing that stood out to me is they had this giant seahorse, like giant wall of glowing
Here's
seahorses. Oh, a lionfish.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know those are poisonous as crap.
They are.
Oh.
And you'll die if you eat them.
Okay, cool. Let's not do that. Oh, jellyfish.
But they are invasive,
bang.
so you can spearfish
Sure
them.
I'll take
he'll-
some
yeah,
I'll take some screenshots and show the people who are viewing on video. If you're not viewing on video and you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, you're missing out. What are you doing? Hit the notification button. Okay,
True.
continue.
Well, I was gonna say the jellyfish are the ones you want to pop a gummy to and sit there and watch because like the iridescent shit is so
Yeah.
I got a video of a penguin.
Aww.
cute dude right there.
I took my
that was cool in Japan too. They had a giant open.
Dude, I bet you the aquarium in Japan is.
It was pretty. It was pretty.
Got
dope.
it had to have been better.
But they had
than
these
Scott's
weird.
Talon.
I don't know what the fish were, and it was crazy. It was a tank, like a regular fish tank with sand at the bottom, and they'd have like the water swirling, and like silt and food and stuff would get picked up and swirl around, and out of the sand, these like long stick-looking worm-looking things would shoot up. And they'd be like this long, and they'd be waving around like this,
What?
getting the food and the silt and like out of the water, and then
Wow.
they'd go back down, and they'd be like little nubs sitting in the sand. I was like, bro, imagine you're swimming out there in the ocean, and you see that, like you're literally swimming and over the sand, and like all these little worms come like a foot out of the sand. That would
Oh,
be so
God.
nasty.
That'd be crazy.
They were cool to watch because they would just like rhythmically like pop up and
Yeah.
and then but I was like, dude, I would be terrified if I saw it in the wild.
Oh my god, bro. Yeah, no, not for me.
I love aquariums, but I definitely like. There's a part of me that wants to like do the research on. I've like, okay, is this good for the animals by any means, or am I supporting something bad? But I think generally people agree SeaWorld's kind of rough, but I haven't done my research. I'll open up to that.
Just
so.
Free Willy, dude.
Free Willy.
Free Willy.
I've never seen that movie.
What?
I think I've seen it.
Dude.
I'm the worst. Like name a movie, I probably haven't seen it.
Well, there's a lot of movies
And I work for a film
that
company. I read scripts for a living, and I haven't watched any movies. I was the worst employee, probably.
There's definitely some movies that people can't believe I haven't seen. Probably like The Godfather.
You haven't seen The Godfather? I've seen that one. So, boom,
So,
1
but
point
Free
for
Willy,
Sam.
man, it's kind of a sad movie. It's a little bit emotional at the end. They free the whale, and you know.
Did you cry when you watched it?
Did I cry? No, not a
Does
little
it die?
bitch. No, he jumps over the ledge. It's so real. Like that's totally what would have happened in real life. He jumped over the rock wall into the ocean, and he was free. That's why it's called Free Willy.
Beautiful. It's a lovely story.
Totally based on a true story.
We have a note here that says the bread story. Were we high when we wrote that down?
No.
What does that mean?
You know the bread story.
Oh, yeah, that's.
So we're talking about something. I forgot exactly what we were talking about, but it was kind of like a little bit on like a serious side. Maybe we were talking about dating or something. But then Isabel kind of interrupts us. She's like, "Guys, I got to tell you something, but I gotta wait."
Hold on, I remember the bread story now. You got to set a little more context before you get into
Yeah. You gotta say where we're at, set the scene here, Nicola.
Paint a picture.
Well, Sam was dreaming about this bread, by the way. I'll let him explain what the bread was for days.
Focaccia Tereso. It's baked like flatbread with soft, delicious cow cheese in it, and they give you a full honeycomb warm to drizzle on top of that bad boy. And did it disappoint?
Nope. That was delicious.
Honestly, best bread I've ever had.
It's great, and it's really hard to like explain because I haven't really had anything like it, and also I've tried other focaccia bread, and it's like not anything close to that. So I don't know what they're doing differently, but it's Davanti and Oteca. Davanti's in Little Italy, San Diego. There might be other locations. Every time I think about that bread, right now, I had it last night. I'm thinking about it and my mouth is watering.
Yeah, mine too, actually.
Did you eat it all?
Yeah.
We had some left over.
I ate some.
She housed that shit, which I respect.
The funniest part about that too, besides the bread story, was we saw a employee at Dobson Ranch where we play most of our golf. We saw him at the golf course we were at an hour or two earlier, and then we're sitting at the table, us three and your cousin, and all of a sudden he shows up again into the restaurant. Like, we couldn't even believe, you can't even make that up. Like, how the hell is he in San Diego at the same time in two same places that we're at in the same day?
Wild. Weird. Small world.
Weird. But let's go back to this bread story.
Yeah.
So now you've gotten the backstory on the bread. It's the best bread of your life.
Okay, let me tell this story.
Now let Isabel set the scene.
Okay. So we're all sitting there. They're all having conversation. I'm eyeing this couple that's next to us. They're sitting down next to us, and I'm watching them, whatever, because I people watch. And then they're getting up, and I'm like, I noticed they have the focaccia bread left over on their table, like about 3 pieces. And I was like, damn, I want that. So then I lean into the table. Mind you, they have not left yet. They're barely getting up, and I'm like, guys, I have to tell you something. Like really important. And I was gonna say it, but the lady started like taking long as she was leaving. I was like, fuck. So I was like, okay, just keep talking and I'll say it in a second. And so then I waited, whatever, she left, and table was empty, bread was sitting up perfectly in position. And I said, guys, let's take their focaccia bread on their table.
I was peer pressured into it too, because I said, hell no, we're not doing that.
So she said that, and I was like, honestly, I saw the check there. The couple left, and the waitress and everyone was gone. I was like looking around, like no waitresses were even in sight. And I was like, Sam, get the bread.
Y'all are nasty.
He's like, no, dude, are you kidding me? I was like, bro, if I was on the end, I was kind of tucked in the corner of the table. I was like, if I was on the end, I'm grabbing that shit right now. And it took you a little bit. But.
Even Sam's cousin Bryn was like, she was like, they look like clean people. Yeah, like let's go. Go for it.
She did,
yeah. So funny.
It was so good.
So we did a little swap. I reached over, grabbed their board, switched it over, and then we're munching it, and I'm like, dude, what if they come back? Like, what if they forgot something? That would be the single most embarrassing thing I can imagine. Is you come back to your table where you were just eating dinner with your wife at a fine Italian dining restaurant, and there's a bunch of fucking like dumbass kids munching on your leftovers that you had signed off on and headed out.
Oh my God,
that would have been a nightmare. We would have got banned.
That would have been so funny. Honestly, it would have been a story for the ages.
Sure.
If they come back and we got to talk about that in the podcast, man, that's a golden story.
That would have been funny, but thankfully they didn't come back. We enjoyed the food and enjoyed their food that we didn't have to pay for.
Yeah. Honestly, the amount of times I've thought to like pick at people's food after they have left, just being hungry. I don't know how many times that has probably popped into your mind. You just want to do it, but you never do.
Yeah.
Yesterday was the first day that we actually did it.
I know.
But it was like the most worth it. That was literally the best bread I've ever had in my life. Like that. It's not like you steal fries at fucking Five Guys when they leave their shit out. This was the Italian restaurant. You can't really get this anywhere else. It was like we had to do it. It was now or never.
Even now, I'm just like, I can't believe that shit. Like,
dude, we were all in. We totally.
Yeah, we committed.
We totally pressured you. I mean, We were kind of like getting on Sam's ass, like, if you don't do this, I'm going to be mad at you. That's why he did it.
Yeah, it's kind of like hard to truly like state like how strange it is to take someone's leftovers off their table and eat them, but like it just happened. Like, I don't know.
Saying it out loud sounds crazy, but I have thought about it multiple times. I will say, that's the first time I actually did it.
Dealing with a crazy guy, you kind of get a little bit crazy yourself, you know, so you just start doing some crazy things.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yep.
We haven't talked any Fortnite or golf yet so far. There's going to be some episodes where we're in our routine, we're playing a lot of Fort, we're playing a lot of golf. Well, on vacation, we've just got a lot of shit going down, so I hope you like the stories. But
let's talk some golf then.
Let's talk about the golf we had today, huh? So we had
Nick.
So we played some golf today. We filmed some funny videos, and my YouTube video idea, I tried to figure out an idea that would be funny for 3 of us to do. So we filmed a YouTube video, 6-hole video, and I decided to do a 3-man scramble. And our goal is to shoot 4 under through 6 holes. So I do 6-hole videos. And and we did it. What was the name of it?
Deadbeat.
So you don't want to be the deadbeat, which means that in a scramble, like you take the best shot from every shot. So like we all tee off, we all hit our second shot, we all putt out. So if you don't contribute to that hole, the deadbeat. So the deadbeat had a punishment after every single hole. I bought the biggest tortillas I could find at the store. Sam's looking at me like he's getting flashbacks right now. Biggest tortillas I could buy at the store, and you get smacked by the two people that contributed, or if it was only one person that contributed, it would slap both you guys, or like I would get slapped if it was one of them. So
let's pause.
Really
let the
funny.
viewers take a bet on how many times I was slapped in a 6-hole video. Okay, unpause. It was 5.
Yeah, 5 out of
Actually,
6.
it was more.
I wish it was
5 holes.
I wish it was 6.
And I was probably slapped like 7 or 8 times because there were 2 holes where both of you slapped me
Oh yeah, so he actually got slapped
many times.
more. Yeah,
But on 5 out of the 6 holes.
but yeah, dude, it was fun.
And I was playing decently. Like I was hitting some bad shots, but there was a lot of really good shots where they would just hit slightly better.
Honestly, I think one of the funniest moments was Isabel hit a really good shot into a par 3, and you hit a good shot too. It's like Sam.
did?
I do remember that
She was
spot.
within 12, maybe 15 feet. Sam was maybe 20 feet. Like she only got 5 feet closer, so we almost took his. But then she made so whoever hit the shot would hit the putt first. That way, the other two could get the read and maybe hit a better putt. So she made it first try. So it was like a lone birdie. And then I was like, before she hit the putt, I said, all right, well, even if you make it, like we get a chance to not get slapped. So if we all made the putt, meanwhile, it only counts once for a score. But if we all make the putt, we don't get slapped. So I was like, so she's like, all right, agreed. She drains it. I was like, and Sam couldn't believe it. He's like, oh no, you got to slap both of us. I was like, dude, if we make it, we don't get slapped. He's like, oh, okay, I like that. So he hits his putt, great putt, but it lips out. And this is like our 4th hole, by the way.
Hold on, it didn't lip out. So they give me the line, and then they say, okay, here's the line. It's uphill, hit it hard. I hit it hard, and I hit the back of the cup. Ball goes straight up over the top. You watch that video clip back. I couldn't have hit the cup more center.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch
straight
it back.
into the back of the thing. I got the putter raised, whatever.
Back of the throat.
Yeah.
And it just bounced. Had it in their mouth, and the kid walked.
Dude, but that was so good. And then Sam's like, dude, if Nick makes this putt, I'm so pissed. Whoa, spit.
Spit.
And then I step up and I did make the putt, so I did not get slapped on that hole. It was a really good moment for me.
2 great shots for me turned into me getting slapped by 2 turkeys.
So that was really funny. And then Isabel got slapped a few times, but like every time she got slapped, I felt like, and we weren't slapping hard. I mean, the tortilla does hurt.
You feel it, but it wasn't.
But like we weren't trying to like really, slap each other.
For such a soft-looking slap on camera, it hurts pretty bad.
Yeah, because you can hit the ear, the neck, and just like in weird spots, like side of your eye, or even so. But I felt like every time I hit Isabel, she like slowly but surely wanted to kill me. I thought I was like, after this round, she's gonna kill me while I'm sleeping.
He really thought so. He kept checking in with me like, hey, you're not mad at me, right?
Saying it. The second time I slapped her, I was like, she's not talking. Like, I'm scared. She's going to kill it. And I had to go up to the tee. I'm like, hey, if I'm hitting you too hard, just let me know. Like, I was not trying to get on the bad side for a fucking video.
And then I made the worst mistake of my life.
Sam did. Sam wins the last hole. He really, props to him, pulled through the last hole. He gets to slap me.
I was pissed because I had a chance to one-up you, and I shanked my shot. But I was happy that he finally got to slap us, to be honest. He was actually kind of...
Because you hadn't even gotten slapped once, so you needed to get slapped.
I was kind of cruising, but I definitely wanted to get slapped for the video's sake. But it was funny.
So the last hole, Sam gets to slap me and Nick, and mind you, he has not slapped anybody the whole video. So then Nick is like, oh, Isabel, yeah, you go first. You go first.
Well, first I was like, it should be me, but then I said, wait, no, I haven't gotten slapped yet. Like, let me.
You can always change the order on camera. You can edit it that way, but.
Well, I was doing most of the filming. I was like, you get it over with, and then it'll be me. Like, I didn't think it was that. I didn't. Really
I
think
knew
about
what
that.
was gonna happen.
Why didn't you say anything?
Because we're all filming. I'm not gonna be like, wait, hold on, you go first. Like,
It
well,
legitimately didn't cross my mind. I swear to you.
So I knew. I was like, look, Sam has not. This is my thought process. I'm like, fuck, Sam hasn't hit anybody all day. He's gonna fucking wind up.
She got pent up anger.
He's gonna wind up and let it all out right here. That's what I thought.
Should I put the clip in the podcast?
Yeah, you can put it. You'll check it out, guys. But so then, Sam, he's like, oh, he like gives me a little tap. He's like, oh yeah, sounds wrong.
I was not gonna even notice that.
Sam hits me, right? He's like, oh, okay, like testing out the little tortilla, see how it fits on my face. You know what I'm saying? And then he starts. He actually was like, okay, like I'm gonna go this time. I saw him take it back, and I was like, here we go. Took it back.
It's a beautiful day, folks. Ready? 3,
I'm scared.
2, 1.
At least like a foot or more back. And mind you, Nick and I were just taking back a couple inches and like slapping each other. No, Sam takes it back like a foot or more back and just like slaps me across the face. It burned so bad. And Nick hit me hard a couple of times before that, but Sam hit me so fucking hard that my blood was boiling. I was ready to fucking punch him in the face. But I like Sam. He's very kind. So I just did not look at him because I was like, I swear to God, if I'm gonna look at him, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Mad.
I felt so bad because I literally didn't even like, in my mind, I didn't slap that hard, but as I made contact, it made a perfect like two waves colliding. Like it was like a sonic boom, and I was like, oh shit, that didn't happen when I got slapped. I fully like Will Smith to Chris Rock.
Yeah, literally.
I was that shocked by it. I was like, oh my God.
It was almost as if you were like, I gotta make up for all the slaps.
Yeah, it was.
Get her.
It felt intentional, but I know it's not intentional.
You know how you get those perfect high fives and it just echoes.
Mythical dap.
That was that.
That's exactly what it sounded like. I mean,
honestly, we just checked out the clip, and it doesn't sound like it did in person on the clip because of the mics we were using. But man, I was like, I couldn't believe it. Her face, she couldn't even look at you, dude. She couldn't even freaking look at you.
Yeah, I looked at the video and I was like, wow, I don't even make eye contact with Sam. But my eyes like just watered. Because you know when something hits you in the face, like a ball, like on your nose or something, like you just start crying because it just like hits you in the face, whatever. So yeah, but that hit me so hard that my face, I was like, I'm literally crying right now.
Yeah, I felt very bad. And then the worst, most unsatisfying part was I was so like, I felt so bad that I'd hit Issa so hard. I was like, well, crap. Like, and then I babied Nick. I like missed him the first attempt.
Me, but you definitely hit me, but you kind of grazed me, so it didn't feel like nothing. But then you're like, oh, can I redo it? I was like, I guess I'll get slapped again. And he's hit me again.
I hit you a little bit harder on the second time, but
it was barely.
It wasn't as bad as I hit Issa.
No. I was pretty fortunate. I just happened to hit some shots when I needed to not get slapped, and then the last hole rolled around. It was a little bit of a shank.
Well, go check out that video, Nick. You're making the pot. You're editing it, so you can link your own.
It'll be linked below. It will be linked below.
Self promo.
So make sure you go like and subscribe. Nick Del Fico on YouTube. It is going to be a banger.
But folks, that was our podcast for today. We have another one coming out next week that will be like the finale recap of our trip, and then back to daily life for a little bit as we are fully into the summer swing, which I'm excited about. I love summer. Golf prices are cheap. More Fortnite. We're gonna get Issa into her very first LAN party. Coming soon.
We gotta talk about this. She's never done that.
Never done a LAN party.
She's never stayed up past like 10 o'clock ever.
So we're gonna have to get her wired on some energy drinks or something, or it's gonna be tough sledding.
She doesn't really drink caffeine, but maybe we'll spike it with some caffeine. Yeah. We'll never know. Yeah.
But guys, thank you for watching.
I'm not here.
Make sure to check out some of our Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. We've got a bunch of little golf series that we've been doing, as well as some Fortnite gameplay. It's been a lot of fun to do, so we hope you guys like it. And thanks for listening to the podcast. And we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.